In a world filled with noise, distractions, and hidden agendas, it's easy to overlook the subtle ways people and influences shape our lives. Stoicism, a philosophy built on clarity and rationality, teaches us that not all relationships or interactions deserve our time and energy. Just as we guard our physical health against harmful toxins, we must also protect our minds and spirits from those who seek to manipulate, control, or undermine us. Imagine sharing your deepest aspirations with someone only to feel their negativity ripple through your life, or finding yourself entangled in someone else's drama, their envy or bitterness clouding your peace of mind. These aren't coincidences. The Stoics remind us to be discerning, for the company we keep and the conversations we engage in can either elevate us or erode our inner strength. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." The same applies to the people we allow into our lives. Their values, attitudes, and energy inevitably influence our own. The question is, are these influences helping you grow into the person you aspire to be, or are they pulling you away from your path? This isn't about living in fear or paranoia. It's about cultivating discernment and setting boundaries that honor your peace and purpose. In the following lessons, we'll explore 6 key signs that someone may not belong in your inner circle and how to apply Stoic principles to safeguard your well-being. This isn't just philosophy, it's a call to action, a guide to reclaiming your strength and aligning your life with what truly matters. Let's dive in and uncover how Stoicism equips us to navigate the complex dynamics of relationships, preserve our inner tranquility, and walk confidently in the light of reason and virtue. 1. Beware of overexposure and sharing. In a world of constant sharing where social media and casual conversations make it easy to divulge personal details, the Stoics remind us to tread carefully. Not everyone in your life has virtuous intentions, and overexposing your plans, goals, or vulnerabilities can leave you open to unnecessary complications. Epictetus cautioned, "Keep your affairs private. Not everyone deserves to know your intentions." This timeless advice reflects the wisdom of guarding what is most sacred to you, your peace and your purpose. When we share too much with the wrong people, we risk giving away power over our emotions and decisions. Imagine telling someone about a personal goal, perhaps starting a new business, pursuing a fitness journey, or making a significant life change, only to encounter subtle negativity or even overt sabotage. Some people, influenced by jealousy, insecurity, or their own unresolved issues, may take your dreams and plant seeds of doubt. Others might inadvertently or deliberately create obstacles in your path, leaving you to wonder why things suddenly feel harder than they should. The Stoics understood that not all advice or reactions come from a place of good intention. By limiting what we share and with whom, we maintain control over our narrative. Instead of seeking validation or approval, Stoicism encourages us to act quietly and purposefully, letting the results speak for themselves. Moving in silence is not about secrecy, but about safeguarding our energy and focus. To practice this, start by observing how people react when you share personal information. Do they celebrate your wins sincerely, or do they offer backhanded compliments? Do they offer constructive feedback, or do they sow doubt and negativity? The answers will reveal much about whether they are allies in your journey or distractions from your purpose. Ultimately, by guarding your inner world, you protect your ability to stay aligned with your goals. Speak when necessary, but choose your words and audience wisely. In doing so, you not only safeguard your peace, but also cultivate an environment where your actions remain grounded in virtue and free from unnecessary interference. 2. Avoid idolatry of people or things. Idolatry isn't limited to the worship of statues or ancient deities. It's a mindset that elevates external things or people to an unhealthy level of importance. The Stoics warned against this tendency, as it distracts us from focusing on what is within our control. Whether it's an obsession with wealth, a fixation on status, or placing someone on a pedestal, idolatry clouds judgment and weakens the connection to one's core values. When you idolize someone, be it a celebrity, a mentor, or even a close friend, you risk losing the ability to think independently. Their flaws may go unnoticed, their influence unchecked, and your decisions may begin to reflect their desires rather than your own principles. Seneca reminded us of the dangers of this when he wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This applies to our relationships with people and possessions alike. Craving their approval or feeling incomplete without them diminishes our inner freedom. Consider the example of idolizing wealth or material success. When we make these external factors our ultimate goal, we become vulnerable to manipulation and discontent. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is truly under our control: our thoughts, actions, and character. External things, no matter how alluring, are transient and often beyond our grasp. By placing undue importance on them, we invite frustration and emotional turbulence. To break free from idolatry, the Stoics advise practicing detachment. This doesn't mean rejecting success, admiration, or material comfort outright, but rather approaching them with balance and rationality. If a mentor inspires you, appreciate their guidance, but remain critical and discerning. If you enjoy material wealth, let it enhance your life without becoming its master. The ultimate antidote to idolatry is gratitude and self-reflection. Regularly ask yourself, am I valuing this person or thing more than my own integrity and peace of mind? If the answer is yes, it's time to recalibrate. By grounding your priorities in virtue and self-awareness, you not only free yourself from unhealthy attachments, but also cultivate a life that is truly your own. 3. Recognize manipulation and control. Manipulation is a subtle yet powerful force that can erode your autonomy and diminish your freedom. It often masquerades as care, persuasion, or guidance, making it challenging to recognize at first. However, the Stoics were clear: your mind and choices are your own, and allowing others to dictate your emotions or actions is a disservice to your integrity. Marcus Aurelius encapsulates this wisdom, stating, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Manipulative individuals often employ emotional tactics, guilt, fear, or flattery to steer you toward their desired outcomes. Whether it's a friend subtly pressuring you to abandon your principles, a colleague attempting to undermine your confidence, or a family member exploiting your sense of obligation, these behaviors are not only disrespectful, but also corrosive to your inner peace. Over time, succumbing to manipulation leads to frustration, resentment, and a loss of clarity about your true values and goals. The Stoics emphasized cultivating self-respect as a defense against manipulation. When you know your principles and remain steadfast in your purpose, you are less likely to be swayed by the opinions or demands of others. Epictetus advised, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This mastery begins with setting firm boundaries and recognizing when someone's influence oversteps those lines. To identify manipulation, pay attention to how interactions make you feel. Do you leave conversations feeling empowered or drained? Do certain people consistently make you second-guess your decisions or push you into actions that don't align with your values? These patterns reveal the presence of manipulation, whether intentional or subconscious. The Stoic response to such behavior is calm but resolute. You do not need to confront manipulators with hostility. Instead, assert your boundaries with clarity and confidence. By refusing to engage in their tactics, you maintain your autonomy and send a clear message that your mind is your own. In the end, recognizing and resisting manipulation is an act of self-respect. It protects your freedom to think, choose, and act in alignment with your highest values, a hallmark of living the Stoic way. 4. Avoid practices and influences that distract from reason. Reason is the cornerstone of Stoicism. To live a virtuous and fulfilled life, the Stoics teach us to rely on rational thought and avoid anything that compromises our integrity or wisdom. This includes practices, behaviors, and influences that distort clear thinking, whether they manifest as superstition, gossip, or indulgence in irrational pursuits. As Seneca observed, a happy life is one which is in accordance with its own nature. In today's world, distractions are abundant. From mindless scrolling on social media to engaging in fruitless debates, it's easy to fall into patterns that sap mental energy and clarity. More insidiously, practices rooted in superstition or escapism can lead us away from the pursuit of reason. Whether it's relying on rituals for success, obsessing over predictions, or placing faith in unproven ideas, these behaviors shift focus from what truly matters: our thoughts, actions, and character. Stoics reject these distractions because they shift control away from the self. When we give power to external forces, whether that's luck, fate, or the opinions of others, we undermine our ability to act rationally and live virtuously. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, do not waste the remaining part of your life in thoughts about others, unless you can bring these thoughts to something useful. Avoiding distractions also involves steering clear of people who encourage irrational or harmful behaviors. Those who perpetuate gossip, focus excessively on material wealth, or push you toward activities that lack meaning only pull you further from the Stoic path. Their influence clouds judgment and prevents growth by reinforcing superficial or short-sighted priorities. To counter these influences, the Stoics advocate for mindfulness and self-reflection. Before engaging in any activity, ask yourself, does this align with my principles? Does it help me grow in virtue and wisdom? If the answer is no, it's time to recalibrate. The pursuit of reason is not about rejecting enjoyment or spontaneity. It's about ensuring that every action is intentional and aligned with your values. By avoiding distractions and focusing on what you can control, you cultivate a life of clarity, purpose, and inner peace. 5. Identify and manage negative influences. Negative influences, whether they come in the form of toxic attitudes, subtle envy, or outright bitterness, have the potential to disrupt your peace and erode your sense of purpose. While these energies may not always be overt, their effects can be deeply unsettling. The Stoics teach us to be vigilant about the company we keep and the energy we allow into our lives. As Epictetus wisely said, the key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Negative energy often manifests in small, seemingly harmless ways. Sarcastic comments, constant complaints, or a persistent focus on limitations instead of possibilities. Over time, these behaviors can seep into your own mindset, affecting your thoughts and diminishing your resolve. This is why Stoics emphasize the importance of discernment in relationships. It's not about cutting people out of your life unnecessarily, but about setting clear boundaries to safeguard your inner tranquility. When evaluating relationships, ask yourself, does this person inspire growth, or do they pull me into negativity? Do I feel supported and encouraged, or drained and discouraged? The Stoic principle of focusing on what is within your control reminds us that while we cannot change others, we can control how much influence they have over us. Managing negative influences doesn't always require confrontation. Sometimes it's about quietly limiting interactions and prioritizing your energy for people and pursuits that align with your values. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By focusing on your own reactions and choices, you maintain control over your inner world, even in the presence of negativity. It's also essential to reflect on how you may unconsciously absorb the attitudes of those around you. A person's bitterness can subtly shape your outlook, or their envy can make you second-guess your own achievements. Protecting yourself from such influences requires constant self-awareness and the courage to distance yourself when needed. In the end, managing negative influences is an act of self-respect and wisdom. It ensures that your energy remains focused on what matters most: your growth, purpose, and peace of mind. 6. Surround yourself with virtuous influences. Just as it's crucial to manage negative influences, it's equally important to surround yourself with those who inspire and uplift you. The company you keep has a profound effect on your mindset, habits, and overall character. The Stoics recognized this and consistently advised seeking out relationships that foster growth and virtue. As Seneca wisely counseled, associate with those who will make a better man of you. Virtuous influences are those who embody qualities like wisdom, resilience, kindness, and integrity. These individuals not only encourage you to live in alignment with your values, but also challenge you to reach higher levels of personal excellence. Their presence can serve as a mirror, reflecting back the traits you aspire to cultivate within yourself. Surrounding yourself with virtuous people also provides a buffer against the negativity and distractions of the world. Their guidance and support help you stay focused on what truly matters, reminding you to act with reason and purpose, even in difficult situations. The Stoics believed that such relationships are essential for maintaining inner strength and clarity. However, identifying virtuous influences requires discernment. True allies in your journey are not those who flatter or indulge you, but those who hold you accountable to your highest self. They will challenge your complacency, question your assumptions, and inspire you to grow, even when it's uncomfortable. These are the people who, in the words of Marcus Aurelius, remind you what is worth living for and what is worth dying for. Fostering these relationships takes effort. It requires being open to constructive criticism, showing gratitude for their guidance, and reciprocating the support they offer. At the same time, it means being willing to let go of connections that no longer serve your growth or align with your principles. In aligning your circle with your values, you create an environment that supports your journey toward wisdom and virtue. This doesn't mean isolating yourself from the world. but intentionally choosing relationships that enrich your life and help you navigate challenges with grace and strength. If you've made it this far, comment, "I choose clarity over illusions," to affirm your commitment to seeing the truth and protecting your peace. Recognizing the energy people bring into your life is a powerful step toward safeguarding your spirit and aligning with your purpose. Thank you for watching. If this video offered you insight, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom to navigate life's complexities with strength and clarity. Share this with someone who might need a new perspective. Remember, your peace is sacred. Guard it wisely. See you in the next one.